Okay, this is going to be a fun interview because we haven't even started, and our guest today is looking at the microphone. She's like, "This reminds me." Well, what did you say?
Just don't get it in my hair.
I've always thought microphones are very phallic. No wonder I like working with them so much.
Doesn't get much more phallic than this.
No, it doesn't. Our guest today is so exciting. I'm thrilled to have you here. Joining us is Miss Manhattan, one of the oldest working drag queens in Ottawa. Mm-hmm. And that's not a read. That is a compliment because a lot of people don't make it very long in this business. In
Especially in Ottawa.
Yeah, right. No kidding.
Yeah. They're usually gone in the first 6 months.
That's right. And also, shout out to you. You were like 30 minutes early, and I opened the door. I'm like, awesome, you're early. We're ready for you. And you said,
I'm not your typical queen. I'm always on time.
Yeah, not like these young girls.
Not like these kids.
Wow. So how many years have you been doing drag?
This is starting my 28th year.
Holy cow.
Wow.
So you've seen a lot of changes.
100%. I've seen the growth, the backtracking, and I've seen Jesse when he was a kid. I seen the real Jesse.
It's like, are you trying to say you can't be that old then? Actually, I take it back. Icon, remember that's when we met originally, I guess.
That's right.
What is Icon? Because I've only been
Jenna.
in Ottawa 5 years now.
Icons was the number one bar. A shout out to Icons was the most amazing. None of the bars stand up to it today. No offense to any of them, but none of them can compare to it. There was levels.
It was 3
bars.
levels.
Oh my gosh. I got goosebumps.
Yes.
They don't have that here in Ottawa anymore.
It was like the Club 54 of Ottawa.
Yeah.
Which is so pathetic, but it was.
It reminded me of my early days when I started drag in New York. At the Green Lantern was done in a Catholic church, but it was done in levels.
Right.
Wow.
Icons was done in levels, so you could get the kids downstairs, the singing queens in the middle, and then the club kids are...
The really naughty stuff happened at the very top.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. At the top and not at the bottom.
Isn't that funny? Yeah. Well, the bottom was where the drag room was, too, and that was the back door where the drag queens would sneak in their underage friends like me.
Yes.
So why isn't this place open anymore?
Good question.
It became a youth shelter.
It's still there. It's still there. It's on Lisgar, and it's it's like apartments now, I think.
It's a run for youth.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
But it's apartment or like a shelter. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Which it could be housing some future queens themselves.
Could be.
That's it. Yeah.
So did you just say you started drag in New York?
I did.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah.
Where in New York?
I started all right in the early days in Manhattan.
Oh, okay.
Why I came. My first and original name was Just Nita Manhattan.
Okay.
The red
Like
martini.
it.
Love
I
it.
love a Manhattan.
Back then it was, anybody could throw on blue eyeshadow and pink lipstick and they would call themselves a drag queen.
And New York is really where drag started, right? Lucky Cheng's.
Lucky Chen's. The Green Lantern. It was big. The Tunnel was amazing, which was run by Madonna's group back then. The Green Lantern is where RuPaul got most of her big starts as a club kid.
Did you ever know RuPaul when she was young?
I've seen her
as
RuPaul, but it wasn't as... You know what I mean? I was just a shy kid.
Yeah.
I was nothing important back then.
Well, sure you were. But just, what do we call those? A diamond in the rough.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So why leave New York to come to Canada? Or was that for another personal reason? Wasn't drag motivated?
No, I was going to school and then I needed a break for a bit and thought I'd see what a...
So are you American?
No, I'm
born?
Canadian.
Oh, I see.
Canadian born. There you go.
Yeah.
So you're going to school in New York. Wow. Okay. So when you first started drag, like there was not all this bullshit pads and...
Oh, God, no. We worked with what we got.
Yeah. And you would manipulate that into the shape you wanted.
Let me tell you, I can make a cleavage from the side fat. Back rolls come forward.
You and
let
me both.
Tell.
You know who could do that so well? Dixie Landers. She gave me a lesson in like how you could just pull it all right up, and she's got some jiggly cleavage.
Oh.
You're losing yours.
I am. But the good thing is, these always stay.
Shout out to Miss Manhattan who just lost 63 pounds.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah. Changing my diet. I'm going to keep up with these kids. I'm going to, I got to stay on my game. The boots are getting higher, so I got to get lower to get to them, so I'm working out the abs.
Good for you. Because you're right. I mean, there is something to say about the late nights, even in stand-up comedy. Like, I'm in my 30s now, and I'm like, oh, I can't do these late nights. I texted Jenna the other night at 10:30 being like, like, I can't believe I'm still out. Like, but it takes a toll on you as you get older.
100%.
And you get tired, and then you make poor health choices.
Right.
Yeah. We in Ottawa, we used to go on Elgin Street to the Mama and Papa's thing right after, and they'd always fill 2 cheeseburgers, fries, with a side of onion rings, and
Of
then
course.
wash it down with a milkshake.
Yeah.
That's what a performance was.
That's right.
And then you go in to get all your carbs back and do it again the next day.
What do you think drag is missing today that they had back then?
Family.
Interesting.
And you're talking about like the houses.
Yeah.
Like drag mother,
Yeah.
daughter.
Well, just overall, like if a queen is in trouble, nobody's going there to help her.
Okay.
Everybody's going to broadcast everything on social media and make it worse. Instead of going to we're all in this for the same reason. This is entertainment. This is fun. This is how we make a living. Mm-hmm. But to destroy people and...
There's a lot of nastiness.
It's like the competition got too fierce.
Right.
Too fierce.
Right.
Yeah.
And people start to take it a little too personally.
Way. Some of these kids that are 17, 18 coming into it think... Just because I'm 50, so what?
we were going to push.
Yeah. Means that I have nothing to offer drag.
Yeah.
But let me
not
tell
true.
you, I can lip sync to...
Well, and you
I may
have a
not
whole
do-
wealth of knowledge.
100%.
And you were in it when it wasn't as accepting.
No. That's when we got paid, too.
Paid well.
Yeah.
I mean, you just got to, that's the other problem too. And this is a show business problem, is that everybody makes you feel like this is an opportunity. So you don't feel like you can ask for what you're worth, because then some next girl will take the job for free.
That's exactly how... Yeah.
And it's a rough thing to balance.
That's it.
What do you think drag has now that didn't have back then, that you wish maybe there was more of back then?
The butt pads.
Extra, shaping,
Contouring. Whew.
contouring.
We all
And
can thank the
people who-
Kardashians for that one.
Yes. People that can admit they do Botox.
I've heard it's great. I don't know. But I love that you shouted out, or well, off air, we were talking about great queens. One of them is Adriana X, who's been on this podcast.
Amazing.
And she's one that is trying to bring the family back into it and help others, and so are you.
100%. Adriana is a whole new breed. She is an old soul in a young kid's body.
Such a pro.
Amazing. Her work ethic is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I love working with Adriana.
That was the most I got out of her interview with us, was how she trains like an athlete.
Yeah.
And to me, as an athlete, I was so impressed by that. Because, we see the fun side, and you don't see all the hard work that goes on behind the scenes.
No,
That's right.
No. And if anybody's seen the way that kid eats and stays that skinny.
For now.
Yeah.
She's still young. She's in her 20s.
She's amazing.
She is, yeah. So it's great that there's people like, and then this is why you're on this podcast, is we gravitate towards people that are good people to make us feel better about ourselves.
All I could say is I'm me, and I have stayed the same. If you believed half the rumors that are out there, I'd be very popular. But
so what is it that's kept you going this long, and why do other drag queens that are in your same age group stop doing it?
I think it is because of the kids.
Oh, they feel like there's not a place for them anymore?
There's not a place for some of the kids aren't afraid to make fun of the older queens or totally disrespect. That was the other thing. The respect is gone.
Oh yeah, like they don't respect your elders.
That's it.
Do they realize that without the queens from the past, there would be no stage for them?
Right.
Do you honestly think they care?
It's true.
They've got the platform now. The kids can do whatever they want.
You're right. They do. They have an audience that they could reach that you did not have a chance to reach back then through social media.
There was no social
It's
media.
changed the game.
And RuPaul's Drag Race has made it so mainstream now.
That's right, yeah. Right. And they've brought the level way up. There's no way I can do death drops or anything without paramedics. Bring me back to life.
Or do one of their skits without an oxygen tank.
Yes.
But, I find that fascinating, or like bullshit, that they're so ageist, because they're going to get old one day too.
And at this point, they don't care. They know right now they have what they want.
Well,
they can't see into the future.
No.
Yeah.
Was there any sugar daddies back in your day? Because I'm sure a lot of them have some sugar daddies.
No, I'm usually the sugar daddy. Even back then, that's part of the thing with me is I've been with 3 people in my whole life.
Wow.
I've not been a person that does drugs. I drink a lot of tequila.
That's probably why you're still lasting.
That's it.
There's another reason. You're right. Yeah.
I drink tequila. I drink red wine.
Both very good for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very. They keep me going.
They say tequila is good for weight loss, actually.
Yes. Well, I'm practicing. And
There you go.
I think it's just totally different.
Yeah. So we mentioned RuPaul's Drag Race. Do you think that the mainstream popularity of drag has like hurt or helped the culture that you're used to?
Both?
Yeah, because I think people have this commercial idea of it now.
That's it. Everybody is expecting some young, perfect little twink that can do flexibilities and do things. But now they're starting to bring in bigger queens.
Yeah.
People that don't do all that. Gymnastics with their face, not with their body.
Right. There's a lot of comedic queens that have actually won RuPaul's Drag Race.
100%.
Not just
Yeah.
the fishy ones.
No.
The fishy ones get so far.
That's it.
But then when it comes to taking away just the appearance side and going for talent,
Yes.
being able to entertain,
That's it.
they fall flat.
100%.
Like a fish out of water.
Fish out of water. Like you would be a great Canadian version of Bianca.
Oh yeah, maybe. Well, you helped get me into drag. We can
Yes.
talk about that. But I
Yeah.
just wanted to say that I think the good thing about it is people don't think drag queens are freaky anymore. Like I
No.
remember even when I was a teenage gay, it was like, oh, you can't have sex with a drag queen because they're freak. You know, not freaks, but like there was still that stigma of
That's
like,
it.
what is that?
Yes.
Now that's gone, and people I think recognize it's fun, and they're the clowns of the gay community.
I get more offers for sex now.
Right? Yeah.
Everyone wants to get a part of a drag queen, and it's like,
Is it from straight guys? Like curious
straight,
guys? Isn't
yeah.
that funny? Because they full on know, but it's like men are such visual creatures that they see a woman,
Yeah.
so they're like, okay, it's okay.
yeah,
So silly.
It is silly.
that's it.
But when you helped me, so a couple Halloweens ago, we did a show together at Kinky, and she helped pick my Britney outfit. We've seen the pictures. We'll put one up. I'm a very handsome woman. Wasn't the best, but it's also because I had a shitty person doing my makeup. Well, no, he's a great person, Terry, but he just couldn't do good makeup. I should have had you do my makeup.
Which I said from the beginning.
yeah. My makeup wasn't great, but my outfit was perfect.
down.
And I had to go to Miss Manhattan's drag closet to get fitted for this costume. You would have died, Jenna. It was like Saks Fifth Avenue in there. It's a whole dedicated room, and now you've moved, so it's
Yeah.
like a whole floor now.
Yeah, it's huge now.
You have not thrown an outfit out ever.
No. At last count, we were at 2,100 and some odd dresses.
Wow.
Sorry, I just had like a mini orgasm.
And how many wigs?
I'm over 200 wigs, and I'm just now increasing because I found a new distributor.
Yeah.
Xtina X.
Ooh, it's very voluminous.
Yes.
We had to move our chairs over just to make room
Right.
for the wigs.
I had to tone it down.
Well, I'm telling you, when it comes to wigs these days, they can do
They-
incredible things.
Yeah.
Like these lace front wigs that everyone has.
yeah.
They have more baby hairs than I do, naturally.
100%.
You can put them in pingtails, like French braided pigtails.
Yeah.
And you would never know that
It's a wig.
It's a wig. It's insane.
It is amazing. If you've seen some of the wigs I used to wear, Sonic the Hedgehog, look out.
So
They
there's
were
another
not.
thing that you've seen evolve is the quality of the
Quality.
products.
Yes, 100%.
Well, I mean, there must be a lot more selection when it comes to products for
Oh.
drag queens now.
Before you always had to do things in the back, in the basement. Look for things. You couldn't go to a mainstream wig store and sit down and try on things. Now we can. There are a lot of stores that are for black artistry.
Right.
They deal with so much wigs, and they will, for $25 you can sit in a chair and they'll bring you 100 wigs to try on and see how you.
Which one do you like?
Right.
Wow. The other thing that I noticed when I was at your place trying on outfits was your parents were there.
Yes.
And they were so supportive and so awesome.
Yeah.
And given your, generation,
Yeah.
that is probably very rare.
That's it. My mom is 70. My father was 80. They were the biggest. My mom manages everything.
Oh.
She goes and picks out my hairs, picks out this, picks out that. My dad just always said that, oh, Miss Manhattan, oh, that's the ugly twin. We'll wait till Bill comes back. But he had no issues with me in drag. He'd have, you should go change. Wear something. Don't be so trampy. Don't be so,
Right.
wanted me wearing gowns and be classy.
He wanted you to be a pageant queen.
That's it. Yes.
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 Were they always so open when you were a kid? Like, were you raised not to judge people?
No.
Okay.
My dad, right from day one, was very accepting. My mom was, we are Italian.
Right.
Old school Italian. She had some time. It took her a bit.
Took her a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the church started telling her what she should do. And,
Right.
well, nobody tells Mama Manhattan what to do.
Okay.
And that's what
Yeah.
made her go, wait a second, there's something wrong.
There's
That's
something-
incredible.
Yeah. And then she's like, okay, the church
Doesn't know what they're saying.
I'm not going to turn my son away for...
Right. For who he is.
That's it.
And was that on the gay thing? Or was that even before the drag?
Oh, before the drag.
Wow,
Yeah, just
okay.
the gay thing. Yeah.
And then the drag came, and that was like, okay, well, once I accept the gay, anything goes.
That's it, yeah.
When did you start to feel like you were drag? When did you get your drag itch?
Yeah, good question.
6.
Okay.
I'm also a live singer, so when I sing, I'd always be 3 feet in front of the choir.
A real showgirl.
Always about me. Yeah.
But it was never a gender identity issue for you. It was just a
no.
performance.
I'm not on a journey. I like what I have.
Yeah.
I take it off.
Now, I know every drag queen has a very interesting story when it comes to their first time performing in drag.
Right.
What was yours?
Well, it was falling down the stairs in New York. Back then, they were paying with tequila shots, and
You took too much. You made too much money that night.
Yeah. I was totally trashed, and I went on stage, and it was totally disastrous. Heels went flying, panties were going down to my knees, and I learned never again.
I don't, honestly, and you're going to give us a little performance here today, but I have so much respect for what you guys do, because that Halloween, I could barely move. And anyone who's ever seen me at a nightclub knows I can work Britney's choreography like anybody's business.
Mm-hmm.
But the minute you put all that shit on and try to balance that animal on top of your head, it's very difficult.
And then do it in heels.
And then in heels?
Mm-hmm.
Even Jenna criticized. What did you say about my
I
performance?
said you weren't drunk when you did this, did you? And he said no, and I said you should have had a few more drinks, because he was so
Step 1, 2, step 1.
he was so in his head where
Yeah.
it's like, no, you needed to do what happens when it's halfway through the night in the club and they turn on Britney.
Yeah,
That's it.
But you can't, because everything will go flying. Your boobs will fall out. It's just a lot to keep together.
That's it. You had a great crew to put you together, except for
The
this
face.
part.
Yeah.
But I think if you would have had this all perfect,
Yeah, it might have been better.
he would have felt it more.
Would have had more
Because I
confidence.
know right away, as soon as I seen your face, you were like, you could see, this is not,
Right.
this does not go with what I'm wearing. It does
This is not
go with
Britney.
it.
It's like when any girl gets put in a bad makeup or has bad hair.
Yeah.
No, you lose all your confidence.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it goes right out the window.
But you do kind of become another character. Like, you feel different. I don't know how to explain it, but you don't feel like yourself anymore.
No. When things go well,
Yeah.
and Miss Manhattan comes together well, oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't even have to have a drink. Like, I am
Right.
happy-go-lucky.
Yeah.
If things go bad,
Pass
Go
the
get me.
tequila.
go
Right.
get me some wine. Go get me,
Get me an IV.
Get me
When you had that itch at 6, why drag? Why not just be a dancer, singer as a boy?
because I couldn't dance.
Okay.
I was always, when I grew up, I was 360 pounds.
Oh my God.
I was very chubby, and I figured at least if I put makeup on and hair, I could change who.
It was an escape.
Nobody seen who I was.
Well, even real girls have that. Exactly. I always think it's not fair. Men have to go out there, no makeup, short hair. Women can put big hair, put a big scarf on, cake the makeup on if they're having a puffy day, and nobody knows the difference.
Big sunglasses.
Big sunglasses.
Call it a
Yeah,
day.
that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And Miss Manhattan, because you were in Manhattan when she was born, is that?
Actually, I didn't get my full name until I came here
Oh, really?
from Candace Kelly.
Oh, Candace Kelly.
Yeah.
See, there's an Ottawa drag legend that sort of dropped
100%.
off.
Yeah.
What's she up to now? She's still around? No, she's not.
No.
Oh, God
she
rest her
passed
soul.
away 4 years ago.
Oh, see, I didn't know. See, that's what happens sometimes.
She was in Toronto. She came back to perform and had a massive heart attack and never bounced back.
What now that you say that, I do remember we lost a few good ones. Vicky Lawsuit. Vicky Lawsuit was so funny.
Chris Edwards. I don't know if you remember Chris.
I vaguely. Okay. I know Sultan. I mean, there's some of the young ones that are just don't do drugs. But it's sad. It's sad. But
we lost a few that are my age.
But you're still here.
I'm still here.
I'm still here. And surviving.
I don't take any heart medication. I don't take cholesterol. I just take tequila.
There we go. It's good for you. I'm telling you. There's a lot of health benefits to tequila.
Yeah. How did you evolve with the music? Because I find as I get older, I'm still stuck in the early 2000s with my Britney and my Backstreet Boys. And as a performer, you have to sometimes do new music, Ariana Grande. And it's like, maybe music you don't give a shit about.
Right. And if you come to my show on the 29th...
Oh, there's a plug.
I'm doing Nicki Minaj, which is not...
Whoa!
Oh, that's brave.
Very brave, let me tell you. But I rehearse and I practice. I live as them.
Good for you.
Well, I was going to say, once you do commit to doing like one of these new artists, then do you just totally immerse yourself in there?
100%.
It's just like method acting.
That's it. My wife and my mother have to endure the music so much that I say if they don't have the music memorized and can't go on stage for me, then I'm not ready.
Okay.
Because they need to know every word because I'm playing it so much that I want them. I even see my mom going around doing Nicki Minaj going,
that anaconda don't want to.
Is that the song you're doing?
No.
Okay. I appreciate that you rehearse so much because some girls go out there and they don't know the fucking words.
Yes.
That drives me. That is my biggest drag pet peeve.
100%.
Know the words.
That's it. Candace Kelly was one of... she's considered my drag mother. She was always like, just mumble the words.
If you don't know them,
just keep your lips moving.
People can tell.
I cannot live that way.
Right.
I need to know. I know every word that's going on.
You have to. Otherwise, people get hung up on it. And then they don't notice everything else you're doing so great.
That's it. I've had people come to me and they're like, you made me cry.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, what do you mean? Because I'll do a ballot and they'll be like, I'm watching you've even pointed it out to me. Your lip quivers. I get immense right into the music.
Well, you're one of the ones with the face. That's your forte. And I noticed that because I'm from the theater and that's what we use is the face. So I appreciate that. Yeah.
Because I ain't doing no death drop.
No, I wish I could death drop.
Not until you're going to death. That's when I'm dropping down.
It. If you see me fall... get help. I need it.
Well, it's hard to get up in those heels.
Oh, I'm wearing smaller ones today because I didn't know, but I typically wear the 6-inch to the 8-inch heel.
Yeah.
I am not going to let these kids get over on me.
Right.
Good for you.
And you have to maintain your competitive edge as well.
100%.
What's the most difficult part of drag for you now these days?
The inconsistency with shows and stuff like that.
Or like the unprofessionalism?
Yes. People just don't care. Like I have to, when I dedicate and I say, yes, I'm doing a show, I'm in.
Right.
Where people will call, the show starts at 8 and they'll call me at 7. Sorry, girl, I didn't have time to do.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, you're also messing with my money.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, but you're saying if it's a show you're producing and one of the people you've booked,
that's it,
unprofessional and says, "Oh, I can't make it, or I'm going to be 2 hours late."
That's it. Or if I come to a show, they don't have music pre-made, Oh, don't you have YouTube? Yeah. Oh, that's bullshit. My husband DJs, and they're like, "Can't you just put this on here?" And it's like, no, that's why we have set lists. Yeah. This is why we are prepared. He has it on 5 different copies so that if anything goes wrong, Miss Manhattan will not be happy.
Right.
Right. Well, this isn't karaoke, kids.
No, that's it.
Right.
But this comes back, sorry to interrupt you, but the family thing is like, if there was that sense of community, then the older queens tell the younger ones, this is how it works.
That's right.
And that's missing these days.
100%. Gone are the days. Yes, it was 20 years ago where you can come in with the cassette.
Just make sure it's rewound.
Rewound to the right spot. And you could go to the bar and do things. But this isn't 1985.
Yeah,
Right.
There's so much technology out there that there's no reason you can't be prepared.
And they're shorting themselves by not being prepared. Imagine what you could do if you were prepared.
Oh, amazing. Some of these kids are beautiful.
Right.
But haven't got a clue.
That's it. Well, yeah.
You need to be more than a pretty face to do drag.
Mm-hmm. Now, we touched briefly on straight men sometimes hitting on you when you're in drag. Have you noticed that divide between when you're a man or when you're dressed as a woman and the way you're treated?
100%.
So you can weigh in on what women go through sometimes.
Soon as I put makeup on, it's like they come out of the woodwork. They're
So is that what I'm missing? I don't put makeup on?
Because when I come out as a boy, they're not even going to notice who I am.
Interesting.
But when I put a face on, somebody that like as attractive as you, I walk in and they won't notice me when I come in. Right. But as soon as I come in to do a show, then they're like, "Hey, who is this?" And then they pay attention to me.
Isn't that interesting?
How much of your life do you spend as Miss Manhattan, and how much do you spend out of Miss Manhattan?
Well,
you work a lot.
Yeah,
right.
I do a lot of shows, but I also
like going to groceries. This is how you dress?
No.
It's a performance thing for you. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you know what I do. I'm a social worker. I work with kids.
Okay.
So this would not be working with medically fragile kids. You cannot have.
Has doing drag ever come into your professional life, and has it ever hindered it in any way, or have you ever faced like any sort of discrimination, I guess is what I'm asking?
Not on the work side.
Oh, good.
The work loves it and has no issues with it. You cross a queen.
Oh, yeah.
They'll go for your juggler. They go for work. And
wow.
Yeah.
Because they play nasty. Yeah, if they want to hurt you.
Yeah.
They go for your real life.
Well, I mean, I'm not your typical... The only way you can get to me is by hurting my family.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Or going to my work and telling them. But surprise, surprise, my work knows.
Right.
I don't hide nothing.
Well, it's just because I had a guy ask me and say, like, how can they go on your podcast and then aren't they worried about work? Because so many people think.
Wow.
And I go, I don't think anyone really cares that much. Or
they're not going to come on camera.
Right.
Honestly, 10, 15 years ago was a totally different thing.
Right.
People were more nervous.
Yeah.
Like in the Icon days, there was a difference.
Well, it's like that. There was that stigma.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. And more chance of people, it was more acceptable for queens to get beat up after a show.
Right.
People thought it was okay. Well, they're just freaks anyway. But now everybody doesn't think of us as freaks. They think, wow.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Like, I just want to know all your secrets.
Yeah, that's right.
All those secrets under that wig.
Yeah.
There's probably a few.
Yeah. Right?
Her hair has secrets.
Yes.
There is a very clear division now between a transvestite and a drag queen. And
100%.
15 years ago, that line was way more blurred.
Way more blurred. Mm-hmm. Because everybody automatically thinks because I do drag, it means that I want to do the full change.
Right.
No, I want to entertain. I'm not taking away from transgender.
No.
That is their journey in life. I am all for what you need to do. In my life, I enjoy being Miss Manhattan, but at the end of the day, I do enjoy being Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we got the real name.
Yeah.
Does Miss Manhattan have a first name?
It was Just Need a Manhattan.
Just need. I get it.
It's kind of like your sister, Justine.
Yeah. That's what. Do you know Gia Karanji? Of
yes,
course,
I do.
She lives in Thunder Bay now.
Yeah.
She. That was the first time I ever tried drag was with her and Amanda Cruz Karanji back in the day.
Oh.
And
she's older than she says.
Yeah. And Gia named me Justine, and I was so mad. I was like, "That's my sister's name. I can't have my sister's name." And she's like, "But you look just like her." I was like, "Okay."
It's true.
So I've only done drag twice in my life, and both times it was not comfortable.
I don't think comfortable would be the first word to describe getting into drag. After watching RuPaul's, the tucking and the plucking and the everything.
Yeah.
Gone are the days where you could just put duct tape.
Right.
And not shave.
But Miss Manhattan was so nice to me when we were getting ready for that Halloween show. She knew I was new, so she was like, "Well, Brittany sometimes wears these like feather tutus. Wear this, and you don't have to tuck." And I was like, "Yes, thank God."
See, those are the tricks that you need to know.
Yeah.
Young ones need to know those tricks.
It's true.
Yeah,
because maybe someday you just don't feel like tucking.
Yeah.
It's been a rough day.
But I mean, some of the kids today don't even.
What?
And you notice, I just went to a big pageant in Toronto for Continental Canada, and some of the contestants are just...
Bulging?
Oh, God.
How do you feel about that?
I don't believe you're in drag unless you can...
unless you're fishy.
Right.
Yeah. If I don't see a JJ, there's something wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, the whole part of being is the uncomfortable. That's part of drag. If you're not uncomfortable, then you're doing something.
Right.
Especially for a major show or pageants and stuff like that. If you can't make that smooth and...
Right. And that's also making your audience a little bit uncomfortable, too. I think that's part of the enjoyment of it, is you come out and you're like, oh, this is... I don't know how to react.
Yeah.
And then you just embrace it because,
That's it. Yeah.
Pageants are something we need to bring back. What happened to pageants?
I think through the years, they just become fixed.
Or now, do you think it's this kumbaya world of everyone, like, we don't want to, be in competition, everyone's equal, everyone gets a participation ribbon, like, F that.
Please. I have been the freaking runner-up 6 times for Miss Ottawa. I have never won it.
Wow.
But I've gone to Toronto, won pageants there. I've gone to New York, won pageants. I've won Miss Kingston, Miss Cornwall, all around.
Oh, yeah.
For Miss Ottawa, 6 times I've been the runner-up.
Well, you're doing something right to get to runner-up 6 times. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
But last year at Queer Sphere, we had that drag showcase, which was so much fun, but Capital Pride forced us to do it like equal. So everybody had to be put in a hat, and then we drew the winner, which Amy Yonce won. Great winner. She was fantastic. Yeah. But I hated it. I wanted to fight to the death. Like, I wanted judges and like...
Make it a competition.
You do all this work, and then it's like someone that didn't put as much effort in as you can win.
I wanted that. I was so excited. I was like, I want to fight for my place to get $1,000 worth of skincare. I'm in.
Well, isn't that unrealistic too when it comes to the drag world? Because in the drag world, you're fighting for bookings.
100%.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you
made me mad.
have a competition?
Yeah. And it's not like it was a $20 gift card.
It was $1,000.
$1,000. I wanted the right to not taken away from Amy because I love her to death, but she's 20 years old.
I know.
She doesn't need that skin shit.
There's you and Bella like, fuck you. Yeah. Bella was mad
already
too.
Have their empty syringes ready.
Yeah. It is coming back, so it hasn't been announced yet. But yeah, we're going to do the drag showcase again. Yeah. The prize is a skin-related prize yet. Okay. I'm not sure totally what it is yet, and I'm not sure if we're going to be doing it a competition style. But the exciting thing is the skin clinic Chrysalis, where we're having our Botox party March 11th, is going to be at Queer Sphere doing Botox in their booth. So you can actually get it at the expo as well for super cheap. So even if you don't win it, bring your coins, people.
That's it. Okay, then if there's some free...
right.
I can be a judge.
You could be a judge, yeah.
I'll bring my crown.
What is the creepiest thing that's happened to you in drag? Like, we've talked about the guys paying attention, but has anyone made a outwardly like
stalkers?
Can I shove a cucumber? Like,
we do get a lot of that.
Or stalkers.
I've had, I guess you can just say everything.
Oh yeah, we don't give a shit.
I've had things where people have been taking care of themselves while I'm standing there doing pictures.
Like a Louis C.K.
Kind of happened to me a couple weekends ago.
But he wasn't taking pictures. He was chewing on your nipples. That's what he was. Jenna had a weird weekend. But
like in the crowd?
In the crowd.
He was pleasuring himself.
Oh, yeah.
Bopping his baloney.
Yeah.
Do you take that as a compliment? Because I think Jesse would take that as a compliment.
100%. Yeah. 100%. As long as you're not getting it on my dress or in my hair,
right. As long as it's not in my
hair. Yeah. There's some really unusual people. I was doing a Miss Ottawa competition, and somebody was trying to take my heel off as I'm going through on the stage. They were trying to take my heel off because they wanted
That's so rude.
I'm like, could you not have just waited till after the show?
And like, what rock do you live under? You never fuck with a woman's heels.
That's right.
Yeah. I wear 6-inch
Unless you
spikes.
want a heel in your eye.
Yeah. You're going to get hurt.
Yeah. Has a female ever hit on you?
All the time. My biggest clientele are lesbians.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Really?
I get that, mafia mom look, and they all like it.
Now, you said biggest clientele. Do you have a side business we need to know about?
No, most of the people that come to my shows or
Oh, that's what
the audience.
Yeah,
See, I'm in the gutter.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went there too, though.
Yeah.
I went there too. I was like, clientele.
Yeah. Now
I don't do anything with the lipstick.
That kind of answers my next question because your husband's in the room.
Yeah.
But I was going to ask if you've ever had sex in drag.
Never.
Never?
No.
Really?
Never. Ever. I do not want to look like an episode of Jerry Springer's Lesbians coming on with lipstick everywhere.
Well, it's a good point, because when your face is literally painted on like a clown, it's not going to take long before it's all over your pillowcase.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
And makeup's a bitch to get out of a pillowcase. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. And I always know I do good because that's at the end of a show, once this comes off, I have great sex. I can go to sleep for the night, and I'm a happy camper.
Look at him. He's writing his phone. He's like, I am not listening to this. Don't bring me into this. I didn't agree to this.
Jesse's his fantasy. So.
Well, I'll send you some more shirtless selfies. Yeah. I've got a few ready to post, but, I got to... What's the word? Ration them.
Ration them, yes.
Please ration them.
Wow, I love this. We could talk all day.
We could.
So what advice would you give then to the young queens coming up, other than be respectful?
Be respectful. Be true to yourself. Be true to the craft. And always treat others with the same kind of life you would like.
Right. And you say, like, be respectful of the craft. How do you feel about, all the different queens that they have now? Like, for example, Bio Queen's a big one. That's a woman who embraces drag and dresses up in drag. How does that, being a veteran?
You know what? Probably in the early days, that would probably have bothered me. Mm-hmm. But nowadays, I'm excited to see anybody take on the craft. If you're willing to put the hair on, do the makeup, do the outfits, not just show up and
lip sync.
Because
that's a lip sync battle. That's a different thing.
That's a totally different thing. But if you want to get up there, wear the heels, wear everything that I would wear, I'm all for it.
So when it comes to actual parts, you don't care what's under there.
No,
I don't care what's under your skirt as long as I don't see a bulge.
That's right.
But the only advantage I would say that Bio Queens have is if you're a very curvy woman, maybe you need to do a little less work than a boy would because you already got the titties and the big butt.
You just don't have as much padding, but you still got to put that wig on. You still got to put those eyebrows
and
on.
The makeup.
And that's it. The kids are bugging me like crazy that... even though I'm losing weight and going into a thing, they're like, you still need to make wear the padding. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because that's an extra level. You've got to fit that into your pantyhose, underneath your corsets, underneath.
It's a whole thing.
How long does it take you to get fully ready?
Fully ready, anywhere from 2.5 to 4 hours.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm. And is it the makeup
That's
that takes...
why yours didn't do
15
minutes doesn't...
It was 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Is it because you have to let them... The baking. It's so important.
Every level, every level you see here...
Explain baking, because we haven't talked about it in a long time. What is baking?
Okay, baking is like when you put powders on or color on, let it stay in place so that when you wipe it, it stays in place.
So it sort of integrates with your actual skin.
Yeah, it sucks right into your pores so that no matter what's happening, it's in your pore, that if you sweat, it's not going to all wipe off.
Yeah.
So when I do my layers, creams, gels... This looks the same at every level. So I'm starting with the darker, the shading, the highlighting. Then you put another layer on. You do the same thing so that when it does, hopefully, you look pretty at the end.
Yeah, right.
I used to have so much scar tissue because I grew up with major acne. Mm-hmm. They didn't have any of these products that I'm using now when I was younger. Before, they just give you that snap soap. It's like sandpaper and tell you to wash your face, which was the worst thing ever. But
creating more scar tissue, probably.
100%. Now things are going on easier because when you have scar tissue, you have to try and build layers.
Right, so to smooth it out.
Yeah. What do you like to do with eyebrows? I'm examining your eyebrows because now I know the people have a very divided opinion on that. Like you saw Derek Barry, the Britney guy from RuPaul, he was defending himself because people were giving him shit for not whiting out his eyebrows. And he's like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
So you don't have to.
Nope.
Do you?
No.
Oh.
I don't have a special way. I sometimes glue. I sometimes just shave them off if I'm in a hurry and I don't have time to. Yeah. I shave them right off.
Because they look like, oh, you have a bit of hair now. And then you just extend.
That's right.
We don't want to give away all the secrets, but.
Yeah.
No, we do. There's a lot of women out there that want to know these secrets.
So what I started doing in the last year is I cut off half my eyebrows and shave them off.
Okay.
And I see a lot of queens on RuPaul with the same thing.
Yeah.
They keep the front and then just draw in the back.
And that way, the back end, you can make it whatever shit. You can be as angry as you want.
Right? Exactly. Or as happy, or as surprised as you want.
Yes. Botox.
You want to look surprised? Yeah, come to our Botox party, March
right,
11th.
Exactly. What's the one product that you couldn't live without? I just ask these questions because I'm horrible at doing makeup. Like, I don't do it. I'm really bad. But I'm so curious. And what's one product that you think everyone should have in their purse?
Black mascara.
You
That's
agree
true.
with
everything.
Yep.
You get your lashes put
I get
on?
my lashes
Yeah.
I think
extended, but
Yeah.
before that's all I would wear would be mascara, a good mascara.
Yeah.
But you have a wicked relationship with mascara.
Yes.
Why?
Because it works perfect once.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's a battle. You know,
100%.
you're taking like safety pin ends and trying to separate your eyelashes
when they
from
clump.
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go to my makeup table, there's 30 mascaras. I'm like, oh, I just bought this one, but I used it once. I don't know if it's going to
be as good.
Mascara's a bitch.
Yeah.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
And we can't buy the Shoppers Drug Mart kind because CoverGirl don't cover boys.
Oh, really?
I have to use one that has a thicker gel.
Oh, get out of here. So where do you get your makeup? Sephora?
No. Mac has been my...
Mac
lately,
has
I've been
studio
doing
makeup, though. That's why.
Yeah, that Mac has always been my go-to.
Okay.
One of my helpers for my face is a Dior rep.
Oh.
Alejandro. So
is
now
nice.
I'm using some Dior products. And
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow, Miss Manhattan.
I'm stepping up my pussy.
I guess so.
We should all step up our pussy.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, and you're going to give us a little performance, aren't you?
Yes.
Is that okay? We're still
That
going to
is-
do that? I can't wait for this.
Do I have to move?
Well, we're gonna wrap this up, and then we're gonna do a video performance.
Okay, and you can check that out on our YouTube
Yeah.
channel.
Yay.
All right. We're so used to ending our episode with cheers.
Oh.
But we don't have anything to cheers right now.
Yeah.
So we should be like, cheers.
Fist bump. Cheers. Thank you so much, Mrs.
Thank
Manhattan.
you.
But let's plug you. Where can people see you next? March 29th.
February
February
29th. I have a show here in Ottawa at Kent Street Legion. Amazing queens from Toronto. Then I have one in Smith Falls, March 21st. I have 2 in April, 3 in May.
Woo! And I'm on the May one too,
You are
aren't I?
on the May.
So this is
And-
part of a thing called Dusk Divas.
No.
No. Did I
Dust
get it wrong?
Divas was the old group. This is Diamond Divas.
Sorry. We'll edit that.
Yeah.
Rewind.
So, why don't I let you explain what it is?
Throughout the years, I've been trying to put a group together that can perform together, get along together.
Kind of like the Magic Mike of drag queens.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes. So now I have a live singer. I have a skinny chick that does all.
A skinny chick. There always has to be one skinny
Always
bitch.
got to have one. And I'm not sticking with the Ottawa queens.
Yeah. You're bringing them in.
I'm bringing them from different places, the way it used to be at Icons.
Well,
it wasn't
yeah.
always Ottawa. It was somewhere else.
Yeah.
Bringing them together. Every city brings in some sort of different kind of performer, and bringing them together makes an amazing show.
When I like that you go to sometimes less draggy places like
Like
Smith
Cornwall.
Falls or
Yeah.
Cornwall, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Because those shows always go so well.
100% usually get sold out at them. We just last year we did one in Armprior, and everybody was like, "Are you sure you don't need security?"
Yeah, I wondered
Have you
that.
seen these?
Right.
Bring them. I'm not a fag of the 60s.
I come with claws. And I lived in New York.
And have you ever had a problem with any kind of homophobia in those smaller towns?
No, never.
Yeah.
No.
I found the same thing when I went to Petawawa with Yuck Yuck, because I was terrified, and I did quite well. So
Yeah.
I think the world really is changing.
That's it. Very. the
Well,
only-
and it takes people like you to make it change.
yeah.
Oh,
Not
You
you.
were looking at her.
Well, it's always been a drag queen that starts out these things,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They make the world go round.
and takes a sexy comedian.
Right.
Oh.
Great. I'm going to be hearing this all the way on the drive home.
Yeah.
Sexy comedian. So she called me a sexy comedian, Jen. Did you hear that?
I'm going to get a T-shirt made.
Sexy comedian.
That's it.
All right.
All right, we're ready for the performance. Thank you for joining us, Miss
Thank
Manhattan.
You.
Yes.
Thank you. Anytime.
Miss Manhattan on Facebook. They can find you. On Instagram, you're everywhere.
I am now. Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.